Well, a group of students from East Wiltshire Intermediate in Cornwall will make history in May. They'll be the first island teams to compete at an event called the Destination Imagination Global Finals. Now, Destination Imagination is an annual challenge where youth from around the world face off to demonstrate creativity and innovative thinking. More than 16,000 young people will travel to Knoxville, Tennessee to compete in a variety of categories, from structural to scientific, fine arts to improv. Island Morning's Nancy Russell dropped by East Wiltshire to meet the two teams who are heading to Tennessee.
This is the story of Happily Ever After. Once upon a time, there were two orphan sisters named Lily and Pat.
The stage here at East Wiltshire School is familiar territory for the 6 members of the drama group called Make It Rain. They've been rehearsing here since the fall in preparation for their first ever Destination Imagination competition.
Hello? Anyone there?
Their challenge was to create a fairy tale that included a phobia, in this case, a fear of frogs.
I need you to turn a certain someone into a frog.
These students are competing in the fine arts category of Destination Imagination, so they had to include a number of other artistic elements as well.
My name is Olivia McPhail. I'm representing East Wiltshire School. We had painted a backdrop. It was very time-consuming. We had to meet up on the weekends, and we also had a painting of myself and another character in the play. I also made an original melody to a song with my mandolin and with another character as well.
Hey. My name is Krista Keogh, and I'm a teacher here at East Wiltshire School.
My name is Pepe La Painter.
They had to create a play, they had to have a song, they had to have expressive pieces of artwork, functional pieces of artwork. So all that was criteria that they needed to meet kind of in advance for that particular part. The third thing that they're marked on is team choice elements. So, for example, in Olivia's group, they had to highlight 2 talents that they brought to the group, one being playing musical instruments and the other was singing.
Now that our 1 minute's over, we have 2 minutes to present.
The other team from East Wiltshire is an improv group called Mana Team.
I'm Gordon Harding, and my friend Anthony, my friend Devin are on the Mana Team. For the past couple months, every day at reading period, which is 20 minutes, the last 20 minutes of the school day, we went to a room in the school and just practiced.
But how hard is improv to practice for? Because you don't know what's going to happen the day of, right?
Yeah, it's kind of hard because it's just you just got to prepare yourself for the mentality and the creativity, and you just got to get in the groove of things,
And you were stuck outside in the parking lot, wet in the rain?
Besides the play and the improv, the students from PEI were also judged on their ability to work as a team.
So the instant challenge, they didn't know anything in advance. They had to show up kind of empty-handed, go into this room, and they were giving a task. So what they had to do is they had to flip up cups, and they had to figure out what color ball was under the cups using an apparatus made from materials that they were given. So they're given a 2-minute span, and they had to flip up as many cups as possible. So what we did to prepare for that is every Monday morning we would meet, and I would throw at them instant challenges. So I'll be like, okay, well, here's your instant challenges. You work together as a team in order to complete the challenge.
You can just be no. Getting ready for the competition, I learned a lot about teamwork, finding different ways to solve problems, and really that any idea counts in a very big solution.
But a really neat thing about the program is that it's all student-centered. So once they actually started to do their play or their solution to the problem, I was not able to have any say at all. So we have to kind of sign contracts saying that the organizer or the team lead has to let the team kind of do their own thing. So it was really nice, and I think the students involved in the program were a perfect fit for the program because they were very responsible, they were very organized, and they really pulled it together well, and I think they should be really impressed on how well they did.
I will use your phobia of frogs against you. Unworried witch.
No, Fabio, he's gone.
In March, the students from East Wiltshire traveled to Halifax to face off against the competition.
It was very nerve-wracking competing against the other teams. We were very intimidated because some of the teams have been competing in this competition for 5+ years.
I don't know, it was kind of stressful. At first I was nervous, but I walked out and I was like, hey, most of the crowd's just my friends. This is going to be easy stuff. Our first skit, we were doing a courtroom, and then my friend Anthony was a judge, and he was ruling my friend Devin because he was hooping too well, and it was attracting zombies in the hospital we were in, and I was a zombie. And Anthony was like, order in the court. Then me as a zombie, I was like, you know what? No. I will not let you have order.
Why zombies?
We don't get to pick. One of the adjudicators was like, yo, there's a zombie around.
So you just go with it?
Yeah, you just go with whatever they throw at you.
And you won?
Yeah, we got like first. And we also got another award called the Da Vinci Award for being like creative and junk. It was a real ego boost.
Fabio, my love, I know you're in there. Here I go.
Now the teams from East Wiltshire are focused on competing on an international stage.
Globals is going to be very exciting. Someone compared the stadium to be an Olympic-sized stadium. There's around 16,000 students competing in this from 30 countries around the world.
And it's going to be like a 5-day thing, and we're going to be at this huge science center. And they're going to have like a whole bunch of technology there that we get to like try, like practically before it's released to the media.
What are you most looking forward to being there?
Not gonna lie, shopping. Meeting other people from different countries and, seeing their other cultures.
With the Living Statue Kit 101, you can simply cover yourself in concrete.
This year was a pilot for Destination Imagination. Teacher Krista Keogh says the PEI Department of Education is now planning to expand the program to intermediate schools across the island.
Really good opportunity for kids who, are really focused on art, so whether it be music, theater, there's not a whole lot of programs out there in the junior high schools for these types of kids. So I think that it was, a good kind of start off for PEI, and I think the department is hoping to kind of get more schools involved and maybe even host the tournament next year, which will be just such a fabulous experience for hopefully a lot more students next year to get involved in the program.
I'd say try it out and don't get discouraged by the name, because it's not lie here, the name's kind of offsetting. But it's actually a lot more fun than it sounds.
Bien, it's true. I don't know what happened, but just remember that love conquers all.
The two PEI teams will compete at the Global Finals in Knoxville, Tennessee, starting on May 20th.
Wow, I really hope that was the right frog.
For Island Morning, I'm Nancy Russell in Cornwall.
I'll never let something as silly as a phobia come between us again.
Everyone learned a very important lesson that day. Love truly does conquer all.
The teams from East Wiltshire are fundraising for their trip. You can check out their GoFundMe campaign at gofundme.com/helpourteams. They'll also be holding a cafe night on May 7th featuring Patrick Ledwell and a number of musical performers. You can watch a video of the drama and improv teams in action on our Facebook page, CBC Prince Edward Island. And of course, thanks to Island Morning's Nancy Russell for bringing us that story.